Today in the Smugglers Room, we build this. And we answer this.
What's up, brah?
What's up?
Your shop is sweet.
Thank you very much.
Can you do a tour?
Absolutely. What's up, you awesome geeks? I'm Brian Thompson, and welcome to the Smugglers Room, the show that each week this chubby geek tries to build something ridiculous, pass on a few tips, and inspire you to take on your own wild and crazy projects. This week we're taking on a little project to lighten things up around here, and then I'm going to give you my personal tour of the Smugglers Room shop as requested. So without further ado, let's get into it. My shop isn't much. Simple 2-car garage with just enough room for the tools I have, and I have no idea what I'll do when I add more of the tools I want. Guess we'll just move. But before I dig too deep into the practical aspects of the shop, can we get philosophical about this? I think a shop is what you make it, and not just what you make while you're in it. A shop can be the kitchen counter with a glue gun and a pair of scissors. It can be a partially dug out basement on Topeka Avenue with 7-foot ceilings and barely enough room to move. The point is, it doesn't matter the tools you have or the space you use. Make it your own so you can just make it, whatever that is. People get hung up on the tools they don't have or the space they need. I think you can find ways to build amazing things with little of both. My first shop was a small space we had in our laundry room. Later I had a 1-car garage where I used a small and dangerous table saw that threatened to tip each and every time I used it. Over time, my wife, God bless her, gave up her dreams of parking in a garage, and before I knew it, I had a space to call my own. Albeit I do a lot of ice scraping in the winter, but it's totally worth it. Be flexible with your space. Don't feel it has to be perfect from the start. Start wherever you are and build wherever you can. I say this because my shop is in constant flux. I'm always looking for not only a way to improve the space or fit a new tool, but I'm looking for new and interesting ways to make it my own. But above all that, when I'm in the shop, I want to be inspired. I want to be surrounded by the things I built, things that others have built for me, and the things that bring me closer to the people I care about. Was that too mushy for a shop tour? Yeah, probably. I could just stick to the routine of showing you where I keep my drills or how I store my safety equipment. I could give you the pros of owning an oscillating spindle stander, to which I think there are many. But when I was asked to give you all a shop tour, those things seemed lower importance to me. Telling you to just carve out a space and take on a project and just go for it, win, lose, or draw, seemed way better. I thought that this was a good opportunity to give you a sneak peek into what makes me tick. This is one of my favorite places to be, so now you know. I'm a man, and I cry over tools, sawdust, and the place they call home. Okay, so on to the practical side. I try my best to have a place for everything and everything in its place. I use the old cabinets from our kitchen remodel in several locations, and I use a wide range of storage bins, especially for the greeblies, but that's another episode. I try to locate similar tools near each other like those on my sanding bench. It makes it easy to go between them quickly. I also use pegboard where I can for things I need regularly. I label all the drawers and bins because I can't remember shit. While we're here, let's talk mobility. In this shop, it's a must. If I can put a caster on it, I do. Especially this huge miter saw station. Moving it around is critical since all the other material I have is stored behind it. The outfeed/assembly table is the center of the shop. It's not mobile, but it's probably the spot I rely on the most. It has a few features like the rockler track that allows me to use a variety of clamps and things. And I have an okay storage underneath, but there's definitely room for improvement there. Mainly, it's the space that allows me to work on 90% of my projects, and it has a ton of room to spread out. My workbench stays pretty organized, and I try to keep it free of clutter so that it's easy to work on. Below the bench, I keep my hand tools and all the cordless tools. Further down the bench, there are a variety of bins and drawers of all sizes. With the weird projects I do, I have everything from screws to parts of vintage cameras. And of course I have a fridge, and let's face it, it's a beer fridge, because why not? And it's also really nice to have a staff that stocks it for you. There are many other cabinets, drawers, and other rolling miracles in my shop, but what most people ask me about are the shelves. Why do you have display shelves in your shop? That's weird. Well, remember when I mentioned I like being surrounded by inspiration, things I've made, and so on? That's the purpose behind them. Some of the things I've made I'm proud of. Some are early failures I use to remind myself to work harder and get better, and others are things that simply make me happy. There are items from my grandfather's shop, toys my father made me when I was a kid, and gifts as well as inspiration from my wife, family, and friends. It's a constant evolving showcase of items and memories that will continue to change as time goes on and new projects are completed, or when events require an item to be put on a shelf to honor the occasion. Whatever the item or reason, I hope it adds a little interest for you as the viewer, and it gives you a strange insight to who I am.
Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. She's gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. She's gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
So that's it, geeks. That's my philosophy on the shop, a tour of one of my favorite places, and I really hope you enjoyed this. I want to thank all of you for watching, those that have subscribed, and those that are about to. So do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you next week with a new project. Why did I put my hand up in the air like that? I'm Brian Thompson, and welcome to the Smugglers Room. What's up, you awesome geeks? Welcome to the Smugglers Room. Nope.